Hey guys,
Nice to see you.
I'm meeting Hart, huh? This is the team. Hey guys, how you doing? Wayne here.
Good.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hi, nice to meet you.
That's right.
As we watch our parents and grandparents grow older, we can't help but notice the mental and physical restrictions they deal with on the day-to-day basis. From lack of mobility, to decline in social skills, to boredom. We want our loved ones to know how art and socialization can truly impact their lives. According to the CDC, those experiencing loneliness and social isolation are at 50% higher risk for dementia, along with the 29% risk increase for heart disease and 32% risk increase for stroke. My great-grandmother Lupe struggled with arthritis, breast cancer, and later in life dementia. So she got creative with art. She took every opportunity to partake in something social. And since the pandemic has hit, this has become harder than ever.
In 2018, 60% of over 1,000 artists stated in a survey that they made less than $30,000. And 12% of the participants said that they did not feel financially stable. My family runs a small artistic business, and despite it being built on my dad's passion for his work and all the time and effort that we put into the business, we don't make enough from it to live off of. No one should have to worry about struggling financially, especially when they're doing something that they're passionate about. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ozzy, and I'm the co-CEO and CTO.
Hello, I'm Mariana, the co-CEO and CMO.
Hi, my name is Julio and I'm the CFO.
Hello, I am Catherine and I am the graphic designer and secretary.
Hello, my name is Jonathan and I am the COO. Our team is currently developing a business named Heart. Heart is a marketplace platform where senior citizens can hire artists to receive relaxing and leisure art instruction. These artists will create portfolios on our website. After being hired by the clientele, the artist will go to the designated location the client desires, their home or care facility, for example. The artist will provide all the art supplies, and the clientele will be able to select what supplies they wish to be provided for how many ever people are participating in the art adventure.
On screen we have a demo of our website. So as you scroll along, there will be a pop-up that has a sign up. You simply put in your first name, last name, and email, which you can sign up to become a member of Heart. And from there is also hyperlinks at the bottom of our website, which you can go to. When signing up, you also have options to become either an artist or a clientele. So as for competition, we have two indirect competitors. These include Fiverr and Ideaworks. So to start off with, we have Ideaworks. Ideaworks is an indirect competitor for our elderly or our clientele. This is because instead of purchasing a worker or makerspace like Ideaworks has to offer, you are instead purchasing a one-on-one experience that you get to have with your artist. As for Fiverr, this is more of an indirect competitor for our artists because instead of selling your art or product, you are instead selling your experience and your skills to have that one-on-one experience with your elderly client.
This is where we come in. We at Heart specialize in-person artistic interaction and connection. We provide our customers with the ability to choose an artist based on their profile containing bio, their art medium of choice, media, and more. And finally, we provide an at-home experience for those unable to leave their homes. For example, our business allows disabled customers to come on our website, choose an artist of their liking, and purchase our services through our website. Now they can invite their family or friends over to their homes and have a good experience with the artist hosting the recreational event.
So not to confuse our business with an art class, we're instead offering a dynamic that's more of like an art tutoring. So you get to have that more one-on-one, intimate, caring, and honest experience with your clientele.
Both parties benefit and both problems are indeed solved. Artists are getting paid while implementing their favorite art mediums, and senior citizens will be able to have that in-person connection they so dearly crave.
Our customer segment has 4 customer personas. This includes Clarice and Lewis as our senior citizens. It also includes Abby and Dante here on our right as our aspiring artists.
Senior citizens like Clarice and Luis struggle to have an emotional and personal connection with younger generations and even among themselves. On the other side, artists like Abby and Dante struggle to find jobs that relate with their artistic passions.
Situations like these can really leave the victim of them feeling lost and even hopeless. So we as Heart really want to fix that and offer a solution. For our artists like Abby and Dante, we will be offering a source of revenue or a job for them while they can also partake in something that they enjoy, which is art.
And Clarice and Luis will be able to have an artistic adventure, enjoying social interactions and art with the artist, ultimately leaving everybody happy.
Our target demographic for our clientele are those 65 or older and are either retired or living in care facilities. For our total addressable market, we have taken those in that demographic, and our total addressable market is those in that demographic in the United States, which is an estimate of about 36 million people. For our serviceable addressable market, we took that number and minimized it to those only living in the state of California, which is about 5 million people. Based on research of social media ads and our target demographic, we estimate that we will reach and convert a total of 250 people in our first year.
This business will be making money by taking a percentage from the artist's pay. Some of the starting costs that we expect to have at the beginning and throughout our business are legal fees, website license, advertisement, and equipment. Adding this up, it will give us a total of $3,390. As for our sources of revenue, we have the actual service, which will be taking the percentage from the artist. But we are thinking of adding more sources of revenue, such as a store or memberships that will give you more add-ons into our website. Artists will be able to price themselves to what they think their time and their art is worth. In the first year, we're going to have an expected revenue of $820, which doesn't seem that profitable, but in the next year, we're going to have an expected revenue of $6,820, which is 8 times more than what we did on our first year.
So far, we've tested our market by interviewing people at Fresno City College and those who we knew fit our demographics. We received over 60 responses, and a majority of our interviewees have stated that they have participated in artistic activities in groups, and many of them found it to be fun, pleasant, and therapeutic. Currently, we're planning on testing our market further with a 2-week ad campaign on both Facebook and Instagram. In our BMC, we state that we want to use social media as a way to foster customer relationships, and then also as a key metric to determine whether our business model is actually working. Social media and this ad campaign is very crucial to our MVP and proving our greatest and least proven assumptions.
The MVP we choose is the smoke test, which is a website that at the moment you're going to do a transaction, it will show as it is still in progress. We choose this test because it will help us to provide our assumption, to prove our assumptions, and it will give us new information. The assumptions we have and we want to test are people are interested in our business, the frequency of purchase, and that people want an in-person interaction. We're going to measure success by having 50 strangers signing up in our platform. This will give us new information and new people to add into our test group.
Heart's goal is to receive clicks from our 2-week advertisement campaign that will run on Instagram and Facebook, starting May 9th. From our advertisement campaign, the individual will be prompted to go to our landing page. And from our landing page, the individual will be prompted to sign up via email. After they sign up, they will be prompted to select if they're looking for an occupation or would like to be a client of our services. And remember,
Art heals the heart.
Questions, feedback?
How did you get? I love the idea. I love the concept. I remember hearing this earlier in the year. The revenue from year 1 to year 2. Why there's such a big jump? Is it because year 1 has the cost in the beginning?
So I'll be choosing between my team and myself and I to who's going to speak, and in order to make sure that everyone has opportunity to speak and no one speaks in front of each other. So with that first question, I would give that to Julio if you want to answer that question.
Yeah, for the beginning, we have a small source of a small expected revenue because we have all this starting cost, and we have the SG&A that it will be the cost that are going to be on the actual service throughout all of it. So that's why the big jump since the beginning is like the starting cost. It will give us all our equipment and all just get it starting up, and then we are not going to have to pay anymore for those things, so it's going to have a big jump on it.
So those won't be recurring costs
Yeah.
year over year. And how does it work? Do the customers, the elderly folks, they pay you, and then you then in turn pay the artist?
No, in this case, the elderly is going to pay the artist, and we are going to take a percentage of that pay, or like a commission, you can say.
Okay,
that
so you
too.
take like a fee from
Yeah,
that.
like a fee for it.
Okay. Gotcha.
I have a question. Nice to meet you guys for the first time, by the way. Yay, yay. I'm going to just pose this. I'm a senior citizen, okay? Although because of my profession, I'm more skewed to technology and engagement, technically, than most senior citizens. I'm going to talk about your ad campaign. You are digital natives. We are not. I'm your key customer in general. Would you say that? Not Wayne, but my demographic. Would you agree with that? Is that fair? Okay. So, and your product is visceral. And personal, I might add. Art is like that. It's an emotional thing. But you're going at this with a silo, a technical silo. Do you know what I mean, guys? A separation. I get it, it's your language. It's not my language. So, your expectations of that on your campaign, which the campaign I think creatively is very strong, landing page spot on, clear, brain dead, right there. I think, and so I know I'm being long-winded about this, but I want to make sure we get business from this. What makes you think a technology-driven campaign to me as a customer will be successful? I don't care who answers it.
Yes, we can have everyone asking that question if you would like to.
Yeah, so we were actually thinking about pivoting to targeting the children of the elderly as more marketing it as a gift to their parents or grandparents. And so right now we're still disputing about that.
Wow, that's an interesting nuance to their children. Ah, okay. That didn't come through.
And as for our current demographic being the seniors, that was part of our least proven and most crucial assumption, that we're not sure how digitally literate most seniors are. So we were discussing more about it.
Okay. So I think that nuance of children is a big deal, a big part of the value proposition. The features tell and benefits sell, and that's like, wow. Okay, so startup costs. Am I talking too much?
No, you're good, Wayne. You're good.
Really?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. So startup costs. So there were, theoretically, and I understand you're trying to hone the costs on this, but I saw the possibility COO, I think, go-tos, that there would be a lot more operations costs to this in terms of fulfillment, right? Even what the person in the Senate said about collections and the financials and how all that moves and the time allotted to the execution and deliverable of that deliverable. So, how much money did you put in for, and maybe the word operations is too esoteric, how much money did you put in the plan to operate the business? Because I saw you had legal, I think you had website, I think you had banking, I forget exactly where, what were they? Okay, good. Legal fees, yeah, website, good, okay, business license, okay. So 3,000, okay, so the wiggle room in there is about $2,000 for operations? So because I think there'll be more. I think there'll be more. Now, do you think, and you could say, well, what do you mean, Wayne? More for what? I'm not sure yet, but it just seems, and it might be the time, the time situation and how you align how do you put a dollar sign on people's time? Because I guess you're the team, right? You're the operations team, right? Is that right? I mean, someone who's actually going to do the execution, the sales, marketing, implementation, follow through all that. I'm looking at it, right? Correct? So where is that in your budget? Is it in your budget? I'm just asking. I don't know, because it might be there.
Like paying for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't discussed that yet. At this point, we want to.
Should I even be asking that question?
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's something that we should think about in the future.
Okay.
And since we allow people to price themselves based on how they think their art medium and their time is worth, it varies. So we don't have a set number that we have.
Okay. Okay, so, okay. All right, one last question, and computers, $2,000. Oh, I see, I didn't see that, $2,000 for computers, got it. Okay. Is this a 24/7 thing? Is this is this a 9 to 5 thing, 24? What is, how many days a week does this work?
It is.
Yeah, you can answer.
It is dependent on the artist. When an artist sets up a profile, they will have the option to select a schedule on a calendar, like, hey, I'm open Monday through Friday at these certain times, or maybe they're just open on Wednesdays. It's up to the artist, but the site will be running 24/7.
Okay. Last question, and thank you for allowing me this privilege. I mean that, I really do. In your mind, maybe it's one thing, but maybe it's others. How could this fail? How could it fail? Anybody? How could something, because this is a dynamite idea, is dynamite. I think I've told you that before. Very rich. But how could it fail? And the more categorical you are in your answer, I think it would be helpful. Anybody, I don't care.
Okay, so an idea when we could fail, if I can find the slide. No, maybe. Oh, yeah.
What
Okay.
are you saying? I'm sorry?
I'm talking to myself. So an idea where we could fail is our 3 assumptions that we listed before. So the interest in our business. Are people actually going to be interested in what we have to offer, which is hard, and having the client and the artist. Another way that we could fail is our frequency of purchase. So how frequent are these people actually going to be purchasing this product? How often do people want to have that one-on-one interaction with our artists and our elderly? Another assumption that we have that could fail us is the interaction. So as Julio said, do people really want to have that one-on-one in-person interaction as we're coming out of COVID-19 and all that social distancing kind of issue?
Okay, cool. So thank you for allowing me to ask you questions. Thank you. Bravo, guys.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So as part of your MVP, I see that it's very tech-based, but your product is very human-centered. So I'm wondering if there's a way, and maybe you talked about this before, is there a way to create an MVP that actually puts people in the experience. So partnering with the care facility, having artists there, choosing an artist to work, with you.
Should I be filling out these in just, I just need 3 numbers, right? Thank you.
There you go.
Because can you access it, and are you interested in the concept is one thing, but actually did I enjoy it when I was doing it is a completely different thing. Have you thought about taking your MVP to a more personal level?
We definitely have. When the Beta Bloomberg people came in, they were giving us feedback. One person, you guys remember his name? Roy, and he gave very good feedback. And one of the pieces of feedback he gave was like actually doing what you stated, and we were saying that we could do it through Facebook and the Instagram messaging app. And we could find our artists like on Instagram, and then find our senior citizen on Facebook, and then we try to connect them together through that messaging, and then like get feedback and actually have them interact with each other rather than just getting people to sign up.
Yeah, I don't know, but I get the idea that social media being important, but I might even bypass all the social media, get the artists, get the old people, get them in the space, and get them doing something. Older people, I'm old now, but get the folks that you want to be doing the thing in the space where they be doing the thing, and have them do it. Because I talk to you all the time about the experience. It's one thing to have a concept and to like the idea, but it's a completely different thing to engage in the experience and determine whether or not it's a value to you and whether you do it again. Find a home, partner with a home. Go to Art Hop, grab a bunch of artists, get her done. It is a good idea. There's value there.
Do you have anything, Kevin?
You guys did a great job, fantastic presentation. I've been coming here for 5 years, and that's one of the best ones I've ever seen. Definitely top 3, so congratulations to that. I mean, having that ready to go, I mean, you're almost asking me to give you $5,000. And I really want to give you $5,000 because I think there's a lot to this. There's obviously a lot to grow and learn when you're starting your own business, but I love the idea. My biggest challenge to you guys would be just to stay open-minded. I can see this being valuable to kids, as well as young adults, and as well as middle-aged and then your older generation. There's a niche that's needed in everything, and this is a niche, right? This is like something very specific. I know a gentleman, to paint a picture, his name is Matt Monero. You guys should study him. He actually does businesses. He does business loans, and specifically he does truck business loans. So he deals only with folks that want to own an 18-wheeler, and he loans specifically to just that demographic, and that's his niche. Multi-millionaire, flies in his own airplane. He's a great guy. I have his phone number. He's a human that literally worked out of his trunk and has a wonderful story because he fell in love with his niche and dove into it. So this is a niche that I'd be cautious of spreading it out too wide. I would stay away from the Zoom aspect of this because you want that interaction with people and you don't want to redefine that. That would be another space that somebody else might get into. But good job, you guys. I put in good notes. For time, you did a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.